everybody! In this video I want to talk about things that you should pack as an au pair and things that you definitely do not need. Before I begin though, I want to mention this. These are just suggestions, so these are just the things that I experienced that you don't need or that you do need, and if I'm telling you, hey, you should bring this, and you're like, but I need this, then what the heck, bring it with you. So let's get right started. I got my suitcase right here with me. Yeah, and this is full of things that I would not bring again or bring at all. Yeah, how about we take a look inside? First of all, I would recommend to you not bringing a scrapbook. This is my scrapbook, and as you can see, it's huge and it's heavy, and I bought it here. I want to say, don't bring art supplies. There are places like Target and Michael's and all these kind of stores that have plenty of things that you can buy and that are actually very cute. On that note also, I personally would not bring a journal again. Well, maybe you should consider, if you want to write a journal, just buy it here. Don't buy it at home. The next thing is a winter coat. And yes, this is my host kid's winter coat. I would recommend to you, especially if you are arriving in summer, to have your parents or your family send you your winter coat, or buy a new one here, because it is gonna cost you plenty of space. Sticking to the topic of clothing, in my opinion, do not bring too many of those. I know these are not very fancy ones. I just bought them here because I didn't bring any. Heels and cocktail dresses, this kind of stuff. I mean, yes, you have the opportunity to wear nice outfits, but I'm telling you, you don't need 3 pairs of heels. The next one is a very important one, because I think when you've watched many of those What to Pack for 1 Year as an Au Pair videos, many people recommend bringing this, and I'm telling you, you shouldn't. It is big packages of toiletries, like shampoo. It might be slightly more expensive here, but it's not worth going through all of the trouble to trying to fit this kind of stuff into your bag. I mean, you can consider taking several spray deodorants, because they are expensive, but then things like shampoo and especially things like cotton pads. There's a store called Dollar Tree, and people, you can get it there. You can get a pack of cotton pad for $1, so don't bring that. The next thing, I made the mistake myself. I brought an electric toothbrush. So here's the deal. In Germany, the voltage that comes out of the plug is 230, and that with a frequency of 50 Hertz. And in the United States, it's only 120 of voltage and 60 Hertz. So consider that and keep that in mind, and maybe look it up on the packaging of your electronic device. Think about if you really want to bring these hair dryers and hair straighteners. So I would recommend to you to check with your host family and maybe with the previous au pair if you have something like this. And even if you don't, think about buying it here instead of bringing it from home. Another thing you want to talk about with your host family are towels and bed sheets. It just doesn't make any sense. Look at how much space this simple towel takes. And then imagine a bedsheet in there. Your host family should have that. Then you girls, I know, we all like to put on some makeup, but I think you should not stock up your makeup collection before you leave. You should definitely bring whatever you still have, but don't go out and buy like 3 more containers of your favorite makeup because it is less expensive here. Then I have 2 more things for you. Firstly, don't bring a lot of candy from home. I can totally relate and understand if you are like, oh my gosh, I cannot live without Kinder chocolate or whatever is typical in your country. But people, there's so much food here and you want to try it all. Lastly, do not bring your whole library. It just doesn't make sense. These days there are things like iPads and Kindles and whatever else. And this is way more convenient, and these books take up a lot of weight and a lot of space. So leave that at home. Now that we're through with things that I think you should not take, let's fill up our suitcase with things you should definitely take. For starters, I would recommend to get a few of those adapters, like 1 or 2 or 3 maybe. And then another good tip is bring one of those multi-plug extension things, you know, where you have like a long thing where there are several plugs where you can put your phone in. So this is definitely a must. Next, you should absolutely bring medication because there's no guarantee that you'll get it here. Like, I have my travel, moving sickness things, and then I also got my birth control. And while we're on that topic, if you decide to bring your own medication, I would recommend bringing up to your host parents, ideally right on the first day. Just say that you just wanted them to know that this is what you brought over, what you need it for, and if there's any particular place that they would like you to store it. They will most likely just tell you that you can keep it in your room, you know. But this is a good way to avoid any misunderstandings by showing them that these are not any type of medications that you're trying to hide away from them. But more importantly, it's also a great way of showing them that you A, are mature enough to bring this up with them, and B, you are responsible enough to even think of how this could affect their kids. And obviously C, value their opinion. Pill. And for those of you who need these, people, remember to bring your glasses. What you should bring are yoga pants and leggings, because oh my gosh, this has been my life. I've only been wearing these, especially in winter, because when you're at home all day spending time with a kid, you do not want to wear jeans. Bring several of those because you are gonna wear them every day. So again, we're gonna stick with clothing. I arrived in August, so I arrived when it was pretty warm outside. So I brought a lot of summer clothing. So pack more in-season clothing, I'd say. So if you're arriving in summer, pack more of the summer stuff. Because by the time that it's winter, you are going to have bought a lot of winter stuff. So one of my favorite tips to give you is bring one camera. Yes, I do own 3 cameras. This one's broken though. Who doesn't love Polaroid pictures? This or a action cam. You can never go wrong with that. I have my other small camera, which I'm filming with right now. Yeah, consider that, since yes, you can take pictures with your phone, but I prefer taking pictures with my camera and obviously filming my camera too. Yeah, depending on how much storage your phone has, it's not gonna be easy if you don't have a camera, because you are gonna take plenty of pictures, trust me. So now something that might not occur to everyone is bring printed out pictures of your loved ones and your friends and your family and whoever you want to have a picture of, because it is just nice to have, especially in the beginning. Now, something that is obviously very, very important. Bring cash for the beginning when you won't have a debit card to pay with. Next, what I think is pretty nice to bring are just small presents for your host family. No, these weren't presents for my host family. These are just things to show you. I didn't give that to my host family. But yeah, just bring something small from your home country, like chocolate or something sweet, something that just shows where you're from. My next tip for you is to bring a backpack. Yes, this is perfect and you will need it, because you will not travel with a handbag. You will need a backpack. So something else that is always very nice to have and that can come in quite handy, especially on your later travels, is a small padlock. Yes, you can buy this in the US too. I bought this one at Dollar Tree for $1. So there are ways that you're gonna get this here, but if you have one at home, it doesn't take off a lot of space and it is very handy. I'm sure you all know about the next one, but I'm still gonna say it because it's very important. It's all of your important information. Bring it all, print it out. It is good to have something on your hand. You know what I mean when I say important stuff, so take your important stuff. Then, of course, bring headphones. You're not gonna survive the flight from wherever you're coming without headphones. Also, what is kind of practical to have, a bathing suit. Because yes, there's a pool at the training school, people, so just FYI, bring your bikini. It is good to have. Then, it's kind of a lifesaver, a power bank. Yes, you do need a power bank. Who knows how long your flight and your travel is gonna be, and who knows if you are going to find some place to charge your phone or whatever. This is very good. Another lifesaver for me are those vacuum bags. I wouldn't have gotten all of my clothing in my bag if I hadn't had this beauty right here, and I have many of those. So these are so good. The last but most definitely not least important tip is to have your contacts with you. And if it's only on your phone, have the contacts of your agency on here, the one in your home country and the one in America. Have the contact of your host family on here. Even better, have it written down somewhere in case your phone dies or you lose it or whatever. Have it many places and you're safe. So now that our bag is full of useful stuff that you will need, we can close it up and we're good to go, almost, I'd say. Maybe one or another tip in here was helpful for you. I hope so. I wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye.